everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam. Big box of wine for me. Adam, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Still adjusting to, got a new puppy. So, still adjusting to all the getting him into the mix, the routine that we have here. So,
I see. Very troubling to get a puppy dog, especially when we're coming to you live from the International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas.
oh no.
We got quite the migrant situation right here around us. We'll get into that.
But
What is your dog's name?
his name's Arthur.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Labrador.
A Labrador.
Yes.
Are you going to teach him to retrieve things? As Labradors are known to do?
No.
Are you going to teach him not to bite people?
Nope.
Okay, excellent.
Just
I don't believe in training dogs. Frankly,
dogs don't. Dogs don't bite.
it's
The only
part.
dogs that bite are the ones that have their owners, and their owners bite, and their owners are bad.
Yeah, there's no such
I'm
thing.
not bad.
It's bad
Therefore,
dogs.
my dog won't be bad. As
Oh.
a natural extension.
Yeah. See? There's all these people trying to exercise this flawed Christian notion of dominion, and so they afflict all of our nature's brethren with their plague of civilization. They try to manipulate a dog's natural behaviors and inclinations by training them into unnatural courses. Frankly, it's absurd. Instead, all these dogs should just be euthanized. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, outrageous.
It's humane to euthanize the dogs. If you didn't get that. I don't want to put too fine a point on this. But
Yeah,
that's what
those
those
people-
PETA people stand for.
Yeah, those people those people would also advocate for the euthanizing of humans as well. So
Well, I
As in,
mean, I
like,
don't know.
all of
Maybe not like regular humans. But
you
like
mean just the
unborn ones.
oh,
hear that a lot.
and the unvaccinated.
Oh, well, I don't know. Those people just get what they're deserving. We'll get into that too. But first, we have something new from the Scanner Radio. Scanner. 16th in Ohio. Subjects breaking into vehicles. QPD en route. And this got me thinking, is there anything worth stealing in a vehicle these days?
Yes.
What are you breaking into a car for?
Well, I don't know. I'll break it into. I know that. I don't know. I don't remember if I said this or not here, but back in April, there's quite a bit of trucks around town that got hit with the catalytic converters. The guy came by and sawed them off into the trucks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get that because of the copper or whatever. You got a meth addict habit to feed. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But, like, breaking into a car. Used to be you'd have, like, a book of CDs, but you probably can't fence those for more than a penny a piece nowadays.
Yeah. Now, if you just break into my car, the bomb sets go off. So, joke's on you.
The what goes off?
Bomb.
It blew off half my house, but worth it to show that creep.
Yeah. You're not showing just that creep. You're showing everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you would be showing him something.
Oh my gosh, that guy's insane.
Yeah, no more burglars will be snooping around here. How many burglars have been snooping around? Well, I mean, at least one. That's why he got set up. All it takes is a couple of burglars setting off car bombs to make the rest of those burglars a little wary about breaking into the next car. I like your plan. I like your plan. I feel like that's like a fully covered insurance claim at that point too, though.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine.
So how was your car destroyed?
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna need to. I'm submitting a claim here. What
All right,
happened?
sir. Just tell me the
Is someone trying
information.
to break in?
Oh, so it was the damage caused by the break-in? Yes.
Yeah, you know that security system you give me a discount for every month.
Oh, yes, sir. The
That's
ultra high violence security
but yeah,
system.
I get a discount of $12.12 each month, and that's that's what this was. The security system.
Oh, the security system caused the damage, not the burglar? Hold on, sir. Turns out that that's just a bomb, and we're not going to cover that. Shucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. Wait, what's your address again?
Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah, goodbye. Click.
No, I don't know. Like cars are like it used to be also with like radios and stuff. You could easily pop those out and take them, but like now you can't even change a freaking headlight in a car easily anymore
I don't
without
know.
like disassembling the front end. So I don't know what you could do breaking in and stealing anything of the car.
Yeah, boggles my mind. But apparently some guys are still making a business out of it. Oh, QFD. Quincy Fire Department responded to check on smoke from steaks on a barbecue grill. This sounds like the fire department just got invited to a barbecue, but they were on the
I
clock.
know, right?
They're like, hey, I got a fire to report. It's in my backyard. Could you send the boys over to check it out? I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Hey, this is a 5 alarm. Send everybody over to Bob's. I mean the fire location.
Yeah, that or I don't know. Maybe it's a domestic dispute. He's like, Jim burned the steaks again. I'll show him.
It was the fire department, though. That would have been the police. This is clearly saying that there's some sort of fire afoot. But
Yeah,
clearly,
you call the fire department on. Oh, you're saying it's a criminal offense to burn the steaks?
no. If there was a domestic associated with it, Jim
No,
burned the steaks.
I'm
So he
saying
gets
there's
beat.
just an argument between a husband and a wife who burned the steaks, and they called the fire department to troll them.
Nah, doesn't track. The
Yeah.
only thing this could be is a conspiracy to get the firefighters over to Bob's house to have steaks on the grill while on the clock. The city paid for this barbecue. Thank you very much. Anyway, unless anybody else out there has any other ideas, but I just don't think that that's possible that there could be any.
Hey, what was your address again?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. Breaking news! Breaking news! Had a sad, sad
You're
news.
ridiculous.
Norm Macdonald died after a long and private battle with cancer. The influential comedian and former SNL Weekend Update anchor was 61 years young. R.I.P. Norm. You lovable bastard. Sort of, I don't know, because he was going through an Andy Kaufman-esque phase there, and Andy Kaufman also died of cancer. However, when Andy Kaufman announced that he was dying of cancer, no one believed him because he was fond of prank jokes.
Outright lying.
Yeah. So it was just like, this is just another one of Andy Kaufman's silly tricks. Don't fall for it, you dupes. But he really died. Norm didn't tell anybody. This was a top secret thing, not even friends and family. But that was the sad news for the week. Poor Norm. Poor Norm. But I did get the pleasure of, because of this, having everybody repost excellent Norm joke compilations. And I gotta run through all those again. He was brilliant.
I remember he was on the Fairly Odd Parents as like skeezy genie.
Yeah.
Character. It was great.
Oh, he's the best. Was the best. Rip.
Is.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, boop-a-doop, boop-boop, Adam, boop-a-doop, boop-boop, Adam. Breaking news, breaking news. Boop-a-doop, boop. A large Florida landlord announces that he will begin requiring all new and existing tenants to provide proof of COVID vaccination, saying, you don't want to get vaccinated? You have to move, and if you don't, we will evict you.
It's great.
Occupy Democrat says, of the common man being evicted for not being vaccinated, retweet if you support the landlord's move. Hey, isn't this supposed to be the party of the common man? The Democrats?
I think they lost that like 5 years ago.
It seems like they might have lost their way.
Maybe even more. But I don't know.
I thought you had some commentary on this.
I did. It's like, it's like, get out of my building, you poor and you sick person, and I don't know, you're evicted or threatened with eviction, you're gonna be homeless, you got nothing left to lose, it's hard to evict, so it's hard for a dead landlord to evict a tenant.
You would murder the landlord?
I wouldn't murder the landlord. Murder's wrong. I would defend my possessory interest.
With lethal force, yes.
The thing, if it was to force me.
Hey, if you're a Democrat who supports vaccination mandates that keep Americans from dying needlessly and are looking for the latest breaking news, please retweet and follow this account to be immediately notified when we tweet. If you're a Democrat who supports vaccination mandates that keep Americans from dying needlessly, you should support evicting people that aren't vaccinated with COVID from their homes in the middle of a pandemic that we think is so vile and all-encompassing and deadly.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, too, because that's the party that wanted the eviction moratorium.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Like, stay enforced, yeah.
It's like, well, we can't risk kicking these people out in the middle of a pandemic unless they're filthy anti-vaxxers.
Unless they're the unvaxxed, those dirty subhumans.
Subhuman unvaxxed. Ooh, I don't even want to think about them. They're the writhing mass of them. Ugh, filthy.
Are they even
disease.
human?
Frankly, they lost their humanity when they said no to Uncle Joe.
All he wants to do is provide you with chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah. Come get this ice cream, Jack. Free scoops to anybody who's got the vax. And all you who don't get the vax, well, we're just going to execute you, I guess, because what else are you good for, you filthy subhumans?
Yeah, don't go out. Don't go out driving for your, nonprofit organization and come home greeted by your family.
Yeah.
Or we'll get you.
Hey, Fred's got a good point. You can't follow a stay-at-home order if you have no home. So maybe this is just like
It's
the
the,
next move of the ultra-libertarians.
what is
Gotcha!
that? Freedom. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose.
And nothing. Love is everybody in me!
Yeah.
I did hear that there's this weird... I don't know, because it wasn't prominent in the news. I just heard some scuttlebutt that, like, some big cities were prosecuting homeless people for violating the stay-at-home orders. Back when they were all over the place.
That's a good way to get stabbed.
Yeah, it's like, what? Hey, you buddy! Hey, nobody's allowed on the street! I live here.
Send a social worker over to give him a ticket or whatever.
The streets are
Give
my
him
house.
counseling after the defund the police.
Takes that social worker's head clean off. There was going to be a ballot initiative to repeal the police force in Minneapolis and replace it with the public safety force. It's just a rebrand. I don't know what the point is, frankly.
Yeah, now they've got like pink uniforms or whatever.
Listen, it's not the police, it's the public safety force. All right. The public safety force is a group of mostly men, let's say.
They don't have a badge, they have a smiley face.
They have a smiley face sticker that they wear, and it really makes it easier for everybody when they pull their guns out and shoot you. Wait, so they're still... Yeah, they still have guns. There's still violent crime in the city that's got to be addressed, so the public safety force has to be equipped to deal with it. They'll have special training on how to hug the offenders close to their body after they've shot them dead in the streets.
And the hugging is, while they're being hugged, they will quickly and discreetly drop a gun with a tiled off serial number right next to the assailant.
That way, you know that they were a bad guy.
The shooter.
Yes.
And
slip a bag of crack cocaine into their front pocket. They were a hopped up crack addict firing off a gun randomly. Clearly, they were the bad guys. This is the new safety force. Hey, but you know...
I mean, I don't, but like, yeah.
So, those Democrats are so into fighting this pandemic, man. So into it that they're pulling out all the stops, putting in probably illegal mandates that people get experimental. Not only experimental, I guess one of them was approved by the FDA after 6 months or whatever. That obviously they wouldn't do anything that would hamper treating and fighting this disease and preventing people from dying. Like, withholding special antibody treatments from Republican states. Almost as a punishment for their policies. Wouldn't happen, would it, Adam? The supply of monoclonal antibody treatment to Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, and Texas and other southern states has been restricted by the Biden administration with no real explanation besides equity. Ah, yes, these... Adam, I don't understand. Do they not want to fight? Is this not about the disease?
This is not. It has not been about the disease.
Oh,
Wow.
It's not about the disease. I thought it was all about the disease until you were evicting people that are more susceptible to the disease and cheering that and denying effective treatments to people who are infected with the disease. Huh. Maybe they should just drop the act. It's it, they're just trying to give you shots for some reason and forcing you to acquiesce to their demands. This is some sort of totalitarian autocracy.
Yes, cover your face. We don't want you. We don't want to see your face.
Further abuses on that long train. That train's getting a bit too long, methinks.
I need to get my appeal to heaven flag.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta start shopping tri-corners.
Yes. Oh, maybe I should do that. Like, oh my gosh, what a weirdo! You're wearing this stuff. Like, you never know. You never heard of the shopper around the world?
Yeah, on my tri-corner, I'll have my American flag wrapped around the middle part there. Oh man, I'm ready. Come and take me now, Jesus. So I don't have to see what this world rots in the next 5 years. For example, there was a hearing in the United States Senate, and the Secretary of State made a rare appearance. And good old Senator Rand Paul just had some questions for him. So we'll just give it a listen because I got the video pulled up here. And it's only about a minute long.
The money. If they behave, you're going to give them the money. Why don't we subtract the 80 billion from the 10 billion you're going to give them? Then they're minus 70 still. I mean, really, the fact that you're entertaining good behavior, that they'll get more money, I think is a big mistake and a naive notion that we're going to somehow change this Stone Age philosophy by giving them more of our money. We've sunk trillions of dollars over this. This is our chance to have a peace dividend. Let's quit sending good money after bad. The guy the Biden administration droned, was he an aid worker or an ISIS-K operative?
The administration is, of course, reviewing that strike, and I'm sure that a full assessment will be forthcoming.
So you don't know if it was an aid worker or an ISIS-K operative?
I can't speak to that, and I can't speak to that in this setting in any event.
So you don't know or won't tell us?
I don't know because we're reviewing it.
Well, see, you'd think you'd kind of know before you off somebody with a Predator drone, whether he's an aid worker or he's an ISIS-K. See, the thing is this isn't just you. It's been going on for administration after administration. The Obama administration droned hundreds and hundreds of people. And the thing is there is blowback to that. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I see these pictures of these beautiful children that were killed in the attack. If that's true, and not propaganda, if that's true, guess what? Maybe you created hundreds or thousands of new potential terrorists from bombing the wrong people. So you got to know who you. We can't sort of have an investigation after we kill people. We have an investigation before we.
Yes, we should probably have an investigation before we kill people with drones, and instead of murdering an aid worker and his beautiful children.
Yeah, well, the thing is they didn't. The thing is, they didn't know who it was. They didn't have the reasonable certainty, and they decided that they would just drone strike. I mean, I don't know. Or did they just decide to drone some rando and then, yep, we use ISIS-K?
Good enough.
I don't even know.
Chocolate chip. Oh, are those kids running out to the car? I said fire. Oh. You know those terrorists that Rand was talking about being radicalized by this event? Yo. Hey Joe, make sure you get me on my way to work with the drone so that you don't murder my child. Unlike that gentleman that you killed in Kabul, you murderer.
Can you believe that the Biden administration did this? Well, since he murdered a bunch of children, then yes, I do believe that a murderer would also do this thing.
Yeah, 100%. I've got no expectation of any humanity left out of the current president and his administration. Oh, child murdering bastards, all of them, as far as I'm concerned. Fred asks, was that 123 Cobble Street or 321 Cobble Street? I get the numbers confused. Yeah, just about. Sounds like Secretary of State of the entire country said, well, we just have no idea if they really were an ISIS agent or not.
It's a great line of questioning by Senator Paul because, he knew the kind of that wishy-washy non-answers he would give.
Yeah, he's been on a roll
And
putting the fire
and so he got 'em.
examples lately.
So I can't speak to this. Oh, so you don't know.
You either can't tell us or you don't know. It's like, no, I just don't know. I'm only the Secretary of State of the country. Why would I know?
Well, because if he said that we can't tell you, that implies that they did know.
Yeah.
And that they did the strike anyways.
They thought they
So you
knew.
got at
Adam,
least-
it was
Yeah.
it was an honest
You
mistake.
got the two different like culpabilities, and it's either like it's like reckless disregard or intentional, And so it's like, oh, we just didn't know. Whoopsies.
Yep. I'm radicalized. Time for me to travel to a camp in the Middle East to get some training. So have you
with your stupid bandana?
You're a Muslim, right? No, absolutely not. I'm a Christian, but I need to learn some skills. That's why I'm here. I don't know if we can accept you into ISIS K training camp Delta. I'm like, listen. Hey. Let me
I'm gonna get
help
my
me
bank account
help
frozen
you.
over this.
Oh, I want them to come. I want them to knock at the door. Are you okay, sir?
Be
Please
like
take
a
me
Ruby
away.
Ridge situation. But kill your dogs and then kill everyone else in your family and then force you to surrender.
If they kill the dogs, I'm on board with this. But I guess that's my new strat. Finally, those damn dogs are out of my way. And I can lament the terrible government. Oh, I can't believe they killed my beloved pooches. Freedom.
He's gone mad. We killed his dogs and he just cackled.
Oh, sad. All those poor pups. I wouldn't want them to get gunned down. Not with my hand.
Right? They might try.
Oh. Hey! In other news, fabulous foreign affairs intrigue. The Biden administration announces a joint deal with the United Kingdom and Australia on advanced defense tech sharing, including nuclear submarines to Australia.
Ooh. Are we seeing a rise of the Anglosphere?
I don't know. That's what I thought. It was very strange.
Or is it the last chugging along of before?
Well, we didn't include Canada or India.
Or, well, wouldn't include India. More like the Commonwealth. Because they're not Anglos. You did like the Anglo...
They were part of the Commonwealth.
Well, if you're doing Commonwealth, you'd also include New Zealand and... Well, New Zealand would be Anglosphere as well.
No, South Africa was Dutch.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong isn't Anglo either. It's full of Chinamen.
No, but I'm saying if you're going to include the Commonwealth, you've got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You got 75% of Africa.
That's what I'm saying. Lots of Commonwealth countries left out. Nigeria needs to be drug in here. I'm into it. But they weren't. Australia
and plus, if you were to go that far, you'd unite them under the banner of Rome or Byzantium.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We are Rome now.
Yes, I don't know. France felt left out, though. They withdrew their ambassadors from Australia and the United States for like half a day.
Is that it?
Yeah, they said I'm back.
Dumb.
Yeah, it was just silly.
That is not for just a half a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just see stuff on the internet. It's gotta be true, right? I think to myself, but I don't know. Half of it's probably
I saw they
less.
withdrew their ambassadors. I just didn't know it was like some dumb and obvious political stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It was obviously a dumb political stunt.
Oh,
Very strange.
figured it might be a little bit larger of a stunt than
I don't
just
know.
like.
Of
"All right,
course
just come
they
home for
feel
a long
left out.
weekend."
You know, they're like one of the main NATO countries. But they're just like, nah, friend, ain't you.
Yeah, they're part of the triple entente, right? Or wait, this different time.
Get your own dang nuclear submarines. We gotta deal with the Aussies, who are currently creating an authoritarian medical tyranny in their own country.
Yeah.
Yee. We're giving the authoritarians an Australian nuclear subs? That seems dangerous. I don't know. And are they going to be like nuclear subs with like bombs? Or just like nuclear powered
Nuclear
submarines?
reactor, yeah, nuclear powered. I would.
Like what? That's not scary.
Like diesel subs.
Like the
Yeah.
scary thing about nuclear subs is that they are first strike weapons. You can park them like right off the coast of Beijing, and then launch Tomahawk missiles armed with thermonuclear warheads.
Now we're talking.
And they can't react in time before the mushroom clouds erupt over the city or whatever.
MacArthur returns.
He wasn't going to use them. He just could have wanted that option.
I thought he had targets planned. I thought he had this is what we need to do. This is where we need to start.
There were targets, and he had a plan, but I can't remember exactly. I looked it up the other day. He wasn't going to use them, or didn't have a plan to imminently use them, but wanted to have it in the toolbox. And just having it in the toolbox and letting the Chinese know that it's in the toolbox is something that could, turn the tide of the war. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not some brilliant general. I'm just a drunk idiot talking on the internet.
All you need is the corncob pipe, and then you'll.
And a button nose. And 2 eyes made out of coal.
I was trying to get you to MacArthur,
Yeah.
and then you just went Frosty. I don't know.
Well,
There you go. Frosty as Korean War general.
Happy birthday! I miss those shows. Do they even show them at Christmas time anymore? We'll get into that in a couple months.
It's too offensive.
In other news, there is a surging border situation occurring down at the International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas. Tens of thousands of migrants are gathering, and I believe they're gathering on the Mexico side of the bridge, under the bridge, and they're going to try to cross into the United States, into Texas there. Fox News was flying a drone over and taking some of these photographs of the migrants and their dire situation there. They don't have any supplies or facilities. It's just a mass of humanity in desperation crossing the savage land of Mexico, not a place of civilization where they could claim asylum. No, sirree, not in Mexico, where they'll just as soon carve open your skull for a breakfast cereal bowl as provide you with sanctuary. Not in Mexico, the third world hellhole that they'll only feed you half-eaten horse feces as your only rations if you're sheltered there. Mexico that couldn't provide asylum to a kitty cat. So they're sitting there waiting to try to get to the land of milk and honey across the Rio Grande thing.
There are premier vacation resorts all throughout Mexico.
Mexico, where they'll just as soon slit your throat as provide you a bite to eat. Anyway, well, the Fox News drone was actually grounded. The FAA declared that it was too dangerous to fly their drone over the area to continue to cover the event. And this was what we received from Bill Melugan. New. We've learned that the FAA just implemented a 2-week temporary flight restriction over the International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas, meaning we can no longer fly our Fox drone over it to show images of the thousands of migrants. FAA says special security reasons. That's awfully suspicious. Man, these guys are giving us really bad press. We need to find a way to slow down their story. What can we do? Let's enlist a nominally nonpartisan federal agency as a tool against our political enemies and ground their journalistic drones. What?
No.
Hey, Adam. This
is great precedent.
It is
Zach.
8 months into the Biden administration.
This is great precedent. Because then when my guy gets into power, he can do this and more.
I'm so black-pilled right now, you've got no idea. If it's not the drone striking innocent aid workers in Afghanistan, it's going to be this kind of stuff that radicalizes me. How? How is this possible? They've been covering the border nonstop for almost 7 months now. They use a drone constantly, and it's never been an issue. They've reached out to the FAA to ask for clarification on why this order was implemented. They haven't heard back yet. Update statement. The Border Patrol requested the temporary flight restriction due to drones interfering with law enforcement flights on the border. As with any temporary flight restriction, media is able to call the FAA to make requests to operate in the area. If you ask the FAA for permission, they might grant you the ability to conduct your journalism.
Yes. Well, you can do journalism without a drone, Zach.
6 to 8
You don't
weeks,
need a drone.
We'll reply to your thing. That's what I said. I said that these guys should be down there anyway. They need to get a car over there, and a guy, and a camera, and I don't care if they're so hell-bent on it. Quit bellyaching to me on Twitter.
You know what? Where is this, in Mexico or is this in Texas?
I think.
Why not fly into Mexico and then is that circle the river? Is that the Rio
This
Grande?
is the restricted area.
How can you restrict into another country?
I don't know how any of this works.
No, fake. Can't do that.
Yeah,
go
go into Ciudad Acuna.
What?
Go into Ciudad Acuna, and then have your Mexican affiliated station run their drones.
Yeah.
And then have the Mexican police just go out there and shoot them. Because, as we've covered just in this episode, because this is why these asylum seekers can't apply for asylum in Mexico, they just as soon cave your head in with a tortoise shell.
What is with you?
Provide you with a blanket and a place to sleep.
Make it sound like Mexico is inhospitable.
I don't know. That's just the impression I get, because apparently it's not the kind of place where or anybody who might be seeking asylum from their country of origin and who have traveled thousands of miles through couldn't have at any point along that way stopped and asked the Mexican authorities to provide them with help and asylum. Mexico.
Oh, they don't want
a place where asylum cannot be had, because they
don't
just
want
as
to
soon
stay in Mexico.
break your legs Kathy Bates style and say, I can't believe you're making me do this to you, you filthy migrants.
No, they want to come to the United States. Why would they stop in Mexico? I don't get what you're at. I don't know. Understand what you're getting at.
Why are they? What is their What is their rationale for being able to migrate to the United States?
It's like persecution, I think, is what they ask for amnesty, right?
Yeah, yeah. They say they're persecuted and they're asking for asylum.
Yeah.
All right. Why do they gotta walk all the way to the United States to ask for asylum? Why couldn't they ask for asylum in Mexico? Because they'd just as soon flay you alive and wear your flesh on their bodies like some sort of skin suit as to protect you from your persecution back at home in Guatemala or Honduras.
Oh, so you're saying that if you're seeking asylum, you don't have to travel halfway across the hemisphere to get to that asylum. You just go to the country that's next door.
Yeah, the closest safe haven. I believe that's actually even in the laws and treaties. So that
And if it's the closest safe haven, I'm following. So if it's not a safe, so you're saying that if the closest safe haven is the United States, then that means that the countries in between country of origin and the United States are not safe.
correct. So if you have to travel from, Panama up through all of Central America, including Mexico, to get to a safe haven, because all of those places are places that would just as soon cut off your nose and wear it on their head as an ornament than to provide you safe asylum.
I see. Hey, I thought someone called it a, I thought a couple years ago, someone called all those countries a name or something. I wonder if that's related.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Crap hole countries.
Oh no, the Donald was just talking about countries that weren't like Western developed countries in general, not specifically.
Oh, that was Trump who said
Trump
that.
Trump was talking
Oh,
about
geez.
all third world countries. So, and I think he was specifically referring to African countries. What Trump did related to this was actually it began enforcing these international treaties, requiring people to apply for asylum in Mexico, or they wouldn't be granted it when they got here after they walked through that country. Required them to stay in Mexico while their petitions were determined.
Where would they stay if they come to, like, do they get boarded by
If
Border
they come
Patrol?
into America,
Yeah.
they get put in dog kennels, especially the
Oh,
kids.
that's right. They get put in the holding what is it called now?
I don't
They're
know.
not cages anymore.
They are
Like,
cages. They were
they're
like temporary holding facilities.
they're not. That's
I
what
think that was the Drake meme.
temporary. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm following now. I'm going
Tired.
slow tonight.
Kids in cages. Wired. Kids in temporary holding facilities.
Yes.
Yeah. When Biden took over the show, nothing on the border got better, and in fact, everything got 100 times worse because his lenient policies encouraged a mass of humanity to try to migrate to the United States.
As well as C-130s from the Middle East.
But Fox News found a way. They hitched a ride with some law enforcement helicopters to continue to cover the border crisis. So you can't be stopped by no FAA rules.
When you've lost, that's great. This is a great example of federalism right there. The feds are like, you can't do this, and like the locals are like, screw you guys.
Yeah. Hey, we'll let them keep covering it. This is outrageous. When are you guys going to do something about it? And they're like, never. We're just going to pretend it doesn't exist, and as long as we can keep you from covering it, well, our FAA rule didn't work, so how about we just imprison you? Now we've already got about 60 January 6th guys in solitary confinement 23 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
As Norm said, these violent rioters that were so outrageous that that they respected the velvet robe, the velvet ropes at Statuary Hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
What was that Senator Paul was talking about?
About how you take an extreme measure like that arbitrarily sometimes, and then it can radicalize people, hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah.
But that's okay. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure the Biden administration will address these very pressing issues that have been afflicting the country. These are desperate times. It's no time for anybody to be taking time off, Adam. We got it. We got to get this situation
working around the clock.
Worked out. We're on month 8 of this administration, and they've got some kinks to work out. Obviously, they're working around the clock to do it. So we got this. Yeah, here we go. Drone strike kills 7 kids confirmed. France recalling their ambassador. 10,000 migrants flooding a bridge in Texas. FDA comes out against the Biden booster plans. Oh, I forgot to even mention that. The FDA said that booster shots, we don't know about those. We don't know about those yet. For everybody. Maybe for special populations. So, no boosters for now. So I guess we're getting... What?
But what are boosters? Is that like every 8 months or whatever you get a shot?
It's like a flu shot, except for every 6 months you need to get a new one.
It's gonna be like The Giver, where you get your shot every morning.
Yeah, I decided I'm never giving another one.
That heart inflammation that first time was enough for you.
Well, I don't know. I just need it once. I got antibody resistance. My immune system knows what to do if it sees the Rona. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it's like the flu, those flu shots, right? We determined that last year the flu shot was only 65% effective. Get yours today.
Hey, it's almost exactly the same thing, because the whole point is that even if it's not 100%, if you get the flu shot, then you'll have some immune strengthening against the flu should you become infected or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I got the flu shot, and then that year, not because of the flu shot, but it was just like that year I almost got like pneumonia after I got the flu. It didn't help at all.
It did. Imagine how bad it would have been if you hadn't had it. If you hadn't had that shot.
I got an extremely high fever, and I got fluid in my lungs. It was pretty much the same.
Imagine how bad it would. You probably would have died if you hadn't had that flu shot that year.
If I could be lucky, so lucky to.
Oh. Well, here we go, because the Biden administration is going to address all our questions today. We're going to figure out what their plan is to do. No press briefing scheduled for the press secretary. Biden leaves early for the beach.
For Labor Day week. Oh wait, that's not this weekend.
Just for funsies, I guess. He had a long week. Eating ice cream cones and sniffing folk.
Oh, jeez.
He had to take a break. Hey,
Sniffing folk?
No need to address these multiple crises. At least we got people like General Milley and General Milley in there to keep things going while Biden's taking a little quick weekend beach vacay. Breaking news, Adam. 2 days after the Capitol riot, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, took top secret action to limit President Donald Trump's ability to order a nuclear strike. A tell-all book now says. What?
That's interesting. I want to know more.
Oh, that's very strange.
That sounds illegal.
Highly illegal. Wait a second. General Milley told the Chinese counterpart, the leading general in China, that he would warn him of a pending attack. General Lee, you and I have known each other for now 5 years. If we're going to attack, I'm going to call you ahead of time. It's not going to be a surprise.
That sounds like treason.
It's like treason. That's 100% treason. Providing aid to the enemy against your own country in a war scenario. Well, we've got a traitor. Okay, maybe we should be relying on General Milley. Oh, but you know the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, right? You know, she's a statesman woman, a statesperson, longtime diplomat.
Space robot.
She would not sell us out, obviously, and so having her as the head of the most populous and most powerful branch of government should put us all at ease. Put us all at ease.
We've always felt connected to China. But with their military aggression in the South China Sea, with their continuation of genocide with the Uyghurs in Xinjiang province there, with their violation of the cultural, linguistic, religious priority of Tibet, with their suppression of democracy in Hong Kong and other parts of China as well. They're just getting worse in terms of suppression and freedom of speech.
She's going to stand up for us right here.
Militarily, so human rights,
she's going to put
security,
the boots to right
economically. Here. Having said all of that, and again, I go back and forth to China. I've been there a number of times. Sometimes I'm considered the most unpopular person in China. Or sometimes the most unpopular American in China, which I wear with a badge of honor because, and again, I have my relationships there because we've been fighting a long time. But we have to work together on climate. Climate is an overriding issue, and China is the leading emitter in the world, U.S. too, developed world too, but we must work together. So we have to have a level of communication.
Why would you work together with the world's largest polluter?
We have to work together, but
wouldn't that be another grievance of why you would need to punish them?
We have to work together on climate change, Adam. They're committing literal genocide against the Uyghurs. They're repressing democracy and committing
it's all water under the. It's all refugees under the bridge.
It's all refugees under the bridge. You heard it here first, folks. They're committing genocide, but you know we gotta let that slide so they can help us out of this climate change stuff. You know they've been on the cutting edge of helping us reduce greenhouse gas emissions, Adam.
She listed is so wrong. That's the first time I've heard that.
Save me now.
So wrong. She listed so many different atrocities that they have around their borders, right? With Tibet and Taiwan and Hong Kong and the Uyghurs, and I just it's but we got to put that aside. All those, they're not real people, and we need to work on this climate thing because they're the world's largest polluter.
You know what it sounds like to me, Adam?
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook. No.
Oh,
it is a bunch of commie gobbledygook. What is this? It's like, it's fine. The genocide's fine. Hong Kong
No,
democracy repression. It's cool
no,
in light of them working with us on global climate initiatives.
No, a liar. She's a liar, and obvious there. Because the thing is, she listed all the things that you would normally object to, and then so like she's addressing the things, well, addressing the things, and then planting the idea that she's considered those ideas before like the whole climate change thing. Which, okay, whatever. Even if you were on board with that, you would. I don't know. Like I said, why would you work together with the world's largest like, why would you work together
Because
with
if
the
we're going to get
large
change, we're
polluter?
going to have to get them on board, Adam. And that's why we have to
Who is-
overlook genocide.
Who's like their position has, and them and India have like their official positions are no, we're exempt from this because you guys had a head start with industrialization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's weird because then you get this strange like break in like leftist ideology when because then it's like, what is it, like a press what is it called? It's like racial environmentalism or something, isn't that?
I don't
the term
know.
escapes
Because
me,
once again, it
but
sounds like a bunch of commie gobbledygook to me.
it is.
This is what I'm saying.
But it's like
they're
but
basically she's basically saying
argument-
that we have to overlook their genocide so that they'll get on board with cutting greenhouse gas emissions first, because obviously
They're not-
we can trust the country that's committing genocide and widespread oppression to stick to their deal to restrict their greenhouse gas emissions.
Is that the leverage? We won't talk about the
these
genocide
guys are
if you.
they're just idiots. They're just idiots. They're like, if we give them everything we want, Neville Chamberlain style, they'll do what we want them to do too. It's a give and take relationship. If we give the horrifying, murderous, authoritarian tyranny, a little pass on genociding Uyghurs, they'll get on board when it comes to putting some solar panels up in Beijing. What? If they take the Rhineland, that's cool. That was German territory to begin with, man. Poland, it's maybe a bridge too far, but we're not going to actively invade Germany over that. They've taken all of Western Europe. Okay. No, we're still not going to get over there yet.
France fell in 6 weeks.
Oh. So, I can tell you how this is going to go. China is emboldened by the lack of response, waffling, and limp-wristed responses to the things that they do. And they believe that they have leverage and an upper hand to do whatever they want, including commit genocide without so much as a sanction. They'll take Taiwan.
What do you think? 5 years?
They've been laying the groundwork for the last 5, so I don't know. Soon. And they will expand their influence into the South China Sea. I don't know, because they have a really bad relationship with the other Southeast Asian countries. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah, traditionally their only friend is like North Korea, and if you were to count them as like an ally, they're crazy. They
aren't friends either. That's like a crazy growth that China just has to deal with.
Yeah, even Vietnam, whom they aided in the war against us, they invaded. they tried to invade after we left, and they got pushed back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Battle-hardened veterans against the American army.
Yeah. So I don't know. But they're emboldened and expansionistic. And, I don't know, Mongolia, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan. They could just go. They could go west.
Wait, an expansionistic and emboldened East Asian country? No one's gonna put them in check? It sounds familiar.
Well, I don't know. Someone might. Because apparently, since we're not stepping up to the plate, Japan's decided that they need to get their house in order.
Ooh.
Japan begins a nationwide large-scale military drill for the first time since the Cold War. 100,000
Nice.
personnel, 200,000 vehicles, and 120 aircraft will join the drills. Japan said, I don't like the sound of this Nancy Pelosi stuff. I don't like the sound of all this stuff. We can't rely on the Americans to protect us.
They're selling out the state secrets and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, did you see what happened in Afghanistan? They're a train wreck. Well, we better get our stuff in order, friends. Hey, last time Japan and China had a fight, it didn't go so good for the Chinese guys. But that was a while ago. They're different places now. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is World War III. This is what's happening right now. Because Japan's not just going to let this happen. They don't get along with the Chinese.
They haven't
India
for
and
the past,
Pakistan aren't going to let China
600
start
years or
rolling into
whatever.
Afghanistan. There you go. That's all you need. You got North Korea and China. You got Japan, India, Pakistan. Oh, that's fun. That's going to be a fun war. I can't wait. I'm just glad I'm old enough to avoid the draft. Sadly, they opened it up to ladies, so mommies might get roped into that fiasco.
Have they opened it up, or you basically like that they will open it up?
I'm pretty sure I heard there was an announcement that they were opening it up, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm just an unhinged
I thought
internet
men were
pundit.
just I thought men were just a resource drain, not women.
Oh, Adam, I think that this is just one more thing that tells us that we need to make sure that we're teaching history to people, because if not, someone might get a nearly million signatures to build a statue honoring the man who killed Hitler.
That is exactly why you need to teach history and you need to learn history. Because
Yeah, we do. We need to honor that guy. That's the guy I want to honor. The guy who killed Hitler. Don't ask any more questions, please. I wouldn't dream of it. Here's my signature. I can't wait to see that new statue. Yes. Yes. Me too.
Oh man.
Hey guys, the joke is that Hitler committed suicide. He killed Hitler. The statue would be of Hitler.
Oh, so ridiculous.
Oh, 923,618 signatures in support of this initiative.
And you know all of them were trolls.
I hope so.
Like,
I hope so. Oh. That is reminded me of this.
speaking of,
I came across this fun meme and that reminded me of that. So there's a little history lesson for you. I don't know, because some people seem to be crying Hitler Wojak emoji in the replies, talking about everybody's making up stuff that Hitler said. He never said this. Hitler was cool, man. Don't say he wasn't cool. Nazis are cool, and they're not. They're not.
no, they're dirty socialists.
Yeah. Himmler had scientists undertake excavations of prehistoric sites, and Hitler had commented, "Why do we call the whole world's attention to the fact that we have no past? It isn't enough that the Romans were erecting great buildings when our forefathers were still living in mud huts. Now Himmler is starting to dig up these villages of mud huts and enthusing over every pot shard and stone axe he finds. How we prove by that forget is that we were still throwing stone hatchets and crashing around open fires when Greece and Rome had already reached the highest stage of culture. We really should do our best to keep quiet about this past. Instead, Himmler makes a great fuss about it all. The present-day Romans must be having a laugh at these revelations.
Absurd. Remarkably well done. I don't know what to think.
That's excellent Bojack meme. We have the whole Roman centurion along with Mussolini giving the Wojak smirk. You got crying Wojak Hitler and Soy Jack Himmler. So amazed. The pot shards and stone axes he's found.
That was good.
Oh, that was my favorite meme of the week. By far. Oh. But, to wrap things up, we've got Ice-T's Ice Cold Fact of the Week! Ice Cold Fact. I am no longer giving anyone the benefit of the doubt. You are what you show me. Joe Biden, you murderous bastard.
Yes.
Alright. And that's our show for the week. Really hope you enjoyed it. Adam, did you have anything you'd like to add here at the end of the show for Adam's Hour?
I do not. I don't have anything to add right now.
Alright, folks. That was our show. We really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, smash like, subscribe to our channel, share this video with all of your friends out there who might really enjoy this content as much as I know you do. You can follow us on social media. Our social media handles are on the page. There's at Adam S. Furman, at Zachary W. _Clark, and at Triggered_Media. Alright, folks. This brings us to the close of another great episode of Trigger!